The David Lee Show is supported by the Community Foundation for Greater New Haven and its New Haven Healthy Start program, creating healthy mothers, happy babies, and hopeful futures. For more information, you can reach out to the program director, Natasha Ray, at nray@cfgnh.org, or you can call Natasha at 203-777-7087.
Hey, welcome to the David Lee Show. This is your host, Dr. David Lee Asbery. Listen, if this is your first time listening to the David Lee Show, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. The David Lee Show is sponsored by Fixing Fathers Incorporated, where fathers help fathers to be better fathers, Men's Resource, where it's great to be a dad, and McKay's Custom Clean, that's customized cleaning for your individual needs. And guys, you heard the plug in the beginning. Fixing Fathers has partnered with Healthy Start, and we are so happy. Healthy Start has been so generous, and they are giving us books to give to our dads, so our dads can read to their children while their children are in the womb and while they're outside of the womb. So we just want to let our dads know that it's all about reading. It's all about reading. We want to thank Healthy Start so much. If you want, and you dads, you want any of these books, please do. Reach out to me and I will get them to you ASAP. And the main thing is that they are FREE. So free books. Free books. We got a book called, First 100 Words, 10 Tiny Babies. Did I have the books here? Oh, wait a minute. I got them. Let's show them real quick. Let's show them. I'm sorry, folks, but I got the books here. We got me and my dad. This is cool stuff, y'all. We got 10 teeny babies. We got, all right, come on, Dave, get it together. We got ABCs, and we got first 100 words, and then we also got another book, Dude, You're Gonna Be a Dad. So, hey, this is thanks to Healthy Start. This is thanks to Healthy Start. If you guys are interested, contact Natasha Ray. Do I have her information down here? Yes, I do. That's Natasha Ray, nray@cfgnh.org, or you can call her at 203-777-7087. Okay, all right. We got all of that done. We're going to move all of that on the side, but the books are here for you dads if you want. And I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm excited for my guests today. I'm just so excited, and I'm just so glad they're on, and I'm going to let them take it away. So for today's show, I have three, as you can see, they've been waiting. I have three beautiful, talented young women from the organization Elements of Abundance. Mama's Creations. So I'm going to step back and I'm just going to ask one of them to just tell me, what is Mama's Creations all about? Go for it.
Okay, so Mama's Creations pretty much is, we are mamas, right? And so for us three elements,
right?
When we come together, we create, whether it's over food, conversation, networking, that type of thing. And so we're in a constant mode of creating things. So that's how the Mama Creations, pretty much email. But for the gist of it, we are the elements.
Okay, so is it, where did you guys meet? Do you guys just come together and then all of a sudden say, we should start something? I mean, how did it all come to about? How did it all come to?
Oh, wow. Who wants to start that one?
I will leave it to you.
We got plenty of time.
Okay.
We'll have to start in order from the meeting over the art show at your house. So we got to go from there, and we'll jump in and plug in our pieces.
Okay. So when I met Sister Arden, Arden, initially, she was pregnant with her second child, and I had my third child.
Right.
And for me, when I met her, I would go visit her at her house, and we would pretty much, have conversations. And we was like, well, let's have dinner together. So I called it breaking bread, right? You remember traditionally we used to do breaking bread.
Yeah.
And when I met Sister Arden, Arden, I just saw her, and she was like, dinner's gonna be at this time. I need this done. And I just saw the sister just moving around she already had an older daughter, and then she was pregnant with her second child. So I saw there was a need, or I needed to step in and show some support.
Right.
So what I advised or offer was like, let's put our food together. Let's break some bread. You find what's in your cabinet. I'll find what's in my cabinet, and we'll make a meal out of it.
Yeah.
And That's really how we
What needs
started.
to be done.
That's how we created Breaking Bread.
That is
At each other's
beautiful.
houses, back and forth. Yeah.
Yes.
See,
And-
this is what is so beautiful about women. This is what is so beautiful about women. Now, I couldn't do that with my brother. Hey man, how you doing? You want me to cook you something, man? It's just we are so busy. Right, we're so busy being cool. And this
Right,
is
but you can.
Yes.
You can. You say, brothers, let's grill.
Yes.
Let's make a steak. Let's eat some burgers. Let's
Yes.
go.
Yes.
You can do it. You
Yes.
can
Right.
do it. You
Yes.
have to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we have to stop being so cool. You know what I'm saying? And just and let our guards down and just be free and let it, and just let it go. Like you said. Yo, my brother, man, let's get together next week and cook some burgers. It seems all right. So that seems easy for you, but for guys, that exterior is just, it's, yeah.
Okay, so it's fair that this is probably a good time to mention that we wanted this to be a co-ed. So this evolved. So it was Shayla and I. And then we would invite people here and there. And often the men weren't enough in number. So they would fall off. They want to come and feel like they're the only man in the place.
Right.
So we were doing this regular going on how many years before Earth?
4 years.
Mama Hafiza returned from Maryland and fell into the fold just as if she had been there all along.
And it was definitely an environment or a space of support. I think that's kind of what has been the consistent vein throughout. Like in its creation, it was about the need and the support to support each other, to have more of a communal experience. As we are all parents, we know how overwhelming it can be to juggle everything.
Right.
So to be able to kind of share in the responsibility and share in the wealth is really the energy that was around it. So when I came in with my 3 children and I'm transitioning, so it was somewhat of a challenging time for me. And I definitely needed the support and needed the safe space to kind of have my children interact with other children that I knew came from families with the same values and morals. And I didn't necessarily have to have my guard up when environment, and we were having these conversations that were just deeper than this superficial kind of dialogue that we often hear, and that is so what my spirit needed in my time of transition. So I say it was a healing space. It was definitely divine how we came together. We're all from New Haven, so we interwove throughout our lives and never met until we're in our late 30s.
That's amazing.
Early 40s, and here we are, and now we're 6 years strong with as far as me being here, and just this community that we've created.
Right. I think that's absolutely beautiful, though, and that piece about not really, and I'm going to dig a little deeper into that, not really having to worry, when you all have kids and you meet someone and you're able to just kind of maybe let your guard down a little. And then after meeting them even more, you say, all right, I feel comfortable. And you know what I mean? That is so powerful, because we all know how helpful it is to have someone to help you with your kids. But then you don't want to just say, here, take my son. You don't want to do that. You can't do that in this day and age. But when you are able to let your guard down and then fully let your guard down, just say, oh, please, I'm not worried about Yaya. I'll send him over to Yaya and Yaya take care of him. You ain't even thinking about it. Let me go make this run and Yaya take care of him, or Shayla take care, or help out, or help me out with this. So that is beautiful. That is beautiful. So
it became a safe space for everybody. All the children were safe. The older would help out with the youngers, while we were able to just sort of sit and woosah and have a conversation.
Exactly.
And it was shared meal planning. So at the end of the week, neither of us had to toil the.
I think what we should say was neither of us had to really have to take on the responsibility after a long week of being working and everything else. It was kind of a absolutely a woosah. So we would go into our pantries. We wouldn't even go to the grocery store. Whatever we had, we would come up with whatever the menu option was. You got nuggets, or you got you got rice, and we would create these delicious meals from what we had.
It was a communal. Cool. It was a communal living, right? Like we talk about these sort of communal spaces where it's safe and that kind of stuff. So us ladies, we were clear on like, we want this communal space to be safe and warm and loving. And so it became a tradition. It's tradition. Breaking bread is our children's tradition. That's what it is.
So let's
started asking for it. Are we breaking bread
this week?
Are we breaking bread this week? They would start asking. They were
requesting.
So it became a thing. It's becoming a thing. You know, are we breaking bread? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's how y'all know.
It's time to accept the fact that it is going to become a thing, and we want to open it up to the community at large in a public park space.
And letting everybody know, pretty much letting everybody know that this thing is real. This thing is real and it's powerful. So let's talk about earth, wind, and fire. So earth, Shayla, I think are you earth, Shayla?
I am earth.
So tell me a little bit about earth, and then we'll go down the line.
So earth is pretty much that one that is, consider myself grounded, right? So I love nature.
Right.
I love just being out in the element. I feel like that is like my second calling. I practice essential oils. I practice herb. My first practice was herbal studies, and healed myself from, when I had my third daughter, I wound up having congestive heart failure and wound up being in the hospital with preeclampsia. And through all of that, my practices from just studying herbs and natural eatings, holistic eatings, I learned how to heal myself from the congestive heart failure. But I did suffer the high blood pressure. And for me, that was something that I wanted to work on, because I learned that there's no such thing as disease, right? There's a thing called deficiency. And so I had to really pretty much hone down into my health. And so for earth learned to eat from the land. Earth learned that food is thy medicine. And for me, that is what I bring forth, like the foodie consciousness. I call myself a foodie companion. I love food. I love food. And so for that, that's what element earth brings to the elements. Yes.
Beautiful. All right. Wind.
I guess just the energy around wind, it's change, right? It's constant motion, it's change, it's consistency. So the whole thing for me is everything wellness. I came from an interesting background. Like I was in corporate, I was doing all of these things that were very much, mind. I was in my head a lot about things. But my purpose and my calling is really around wellness. And it really brought me back to whole mind, body consciousness. So I've been in the wellness space for a while now. I've been consistent around natural childbirth, was really what brought me into my calling. I had 3 amazing home births with my children. And that was really what gave me, what made me create a platform to discuss the options that, especially Black women with the maternal mortality rate being what it is, the options that are available for us to birth differently. And whatever your choice is, it's not what's right or wrong, it's what's best for you and what's going to allow us to be supportive so that we can change that dynamic. And that was really something that impacts the whole family, right? Like we're all connected by birth. We were all born. And then for those of us who have parents, our parents, we have children and we've gone through this process. So I really wanted to continue that dialogue and normalize that dialogue, especially within our community, of what preparation looks like from a nutrition standpoint. How do we, prepare our bodies for it? How do we prepare ourselves mentally and spiritually to bring life into the world? And then once we're here, how do we support each other as parents to build community and create these spaces for those beings that we brought into this place? So it's definitely a labor of love. That is what my podcast is, where I speak to, mothers, fathers, and that's something exciting. I definitely want to speak further with you because that father aspect of it and you all's story, we always hear about women telling their birth stories, but fathers have birth stories as well. What the experience was like for them. And it's so impactful and it really brings us together when we hear other perspectives and insight and wisdom as to what you learned and what you could have done differently and what you want to pass on to, your sons or just other men who are having these experiences. So that is, where my passion lies. all around wellness. I'm a Zola ambassador, which means I facilitate wellness circles that allow people to move through grief and trauma and loss, as well as acupuncture. I got certified in AcuDetox, which is the ear acupuncture. And it really is about overall wellness. Relaxation is really good when you're trying to change habits, especially from addiction.
Right.
So that's kind of the energy that I interject in the space to bring balance into the elements.
Well, there's a lot. The wind is no joke, I see, right? The wind is no joke. Moving and grooving. All right, so now fire. What's up, Yaya?
So fire represents purification and passion, right? Is my sound okay, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So fire, passion, purification. For me, that shows up as authenticity within the collective, and just full of just, I'm embracing with passion to the point of not even recognizing it within myself. But because I exude it and just experience it and share it naturally, those who get to be graced in my presence, they see it, they feel it, and they remind me every day that I am passionate. I'm a type of woman who just feels like I'm doing what has to be done. And what has to be done is, servicing the people I love and care about, raising my children, educating my children and the students the parents who entrust me with their students. I'm the founder of an academy, Sage Academy. So I'm a born educator. I've been educating all of my life since, I played school and administrator as a child. I did have a couple Barbie dolls and things like that, but I love playing school and would host school for anybody who would listen, including the stuffed animals that couldn't. And then I reflect on my life and realize that over the course, everything that I've done, every professional job I've held, everything I do is in research, information, knowledge, education. So that's what I do. I started as a public school teacher. And then I taught at a charter school for a bit. I've done administrative work in the education field. And now I run my own school for 6 years old and up. We're on site for 6 to 11-year-olds and virtually 12 and up, centered around literacy and civic engagement. And I think I just bring to the group the authenticity, the fun, the fire, the passion, making the effort to maintain that sense of childhood and fun. And the elements actually help me to do that because I'm very serious sometimes. So, and overly responsible.
Yeah.
So just learning to release those types of things.
I think something that was
burn in the kitchen. They always put me to work. It's not, they put me to work with the kind of break bread. What's that?
No, I said
what
when I was reading the bio, I saw something in there that said that you are the person to say the thing that the others won't say. I love that now. I absolutely love that because you know how we sit and we think I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. So you the person say we're gonna give that to fire.
Good, that's fire. Good, yes.
I love that.
That's where I was gonna end. Perfect. That's
because you need that. You need that.
Yeah,
you do, and I realized throughout my life that every time I'm in a setting and I'm feeling the most nervous and sweating and hot, and it either does something for it does something for someone in space, and I'm thankful for, their courage to come and encourage me to continue to speak.
Right.
Right. I write, I'm a writer. So I often don't feel I have much to say. I just don't feel I have much to say. And I think people are doing too much talking and not enough action.
Right.
So, I just want to make sure that people are, that we're talking about what's authentic and what matters. And that's a part of, what we do. And here we are. And here comes one of my daughters bringing me some breakfast. And I just appreciate these children.
This is live. It's all good. Whatever happens, happens. Tell your daughter I said hi.
Hello. Say hello to the mamas and papas out there.
Yes.
So what do you collectively, what are you looking to accomplish? What is like the meat and potatoes, the goal?
So the overall goal is really to, again, continue to expand and building community. That's what brought us together. That's what, is empowering us to be able to live fully in our purpose, right? We have the support, we have the village, but to extend that out and because it's one thing to be in isolation and doing the things that we're doing. But our children need people to marry. You know what I mean? Like, we need to have a broader community available to us. And the only way that we do that is to build connections and to have meaningful dialogue and to, connect with the humanness in others. So that's really what has been the foundation of our motivation to really branch out and extend, what we do collectively to the greater community.
Right.
So that's where the events and gatherings came to mind, and how can we package this? How can we do that? So we're doing mini retreats to really tap into what we do from a feminine energy standpoint to kind of rejuvenate the practices that we have in place, really sharing that to the broader collective. But also, we spoke about this, and ladies, fill this in about it not being isolated to just us. Like, we need our men. We want the brothers in the space. We want that masculine energy. We want that dialogue. We want to be able to have conversations from a place of balance and not divisiveness. Because a lot of times, we scroll social media and it's always like we're butting heads, and that's not our reality. When we interact with men in our lives, whether it's our brothers or, our fathers, men in the community, men we work with, it's a balanced energy. It's coming from a place of respect and love. Like, we appreciate you all. So we wanted to create that in the spaces that we curate for these experiences that we have. And one of them is
I love that, because like you're talking about the social media space, and the drama is all that's the stuff that everybody seems to focus on. Who wants to talk about a brother and a sister getting together and talking about something that makes sense? Who wants to talk about that? That's boring. But you rather talk about the drama. So it's, I think and we need these kind of spaces to let people know, to send out to the masses, so they can see these pictures, they can see these videos, they can see that this is who we are. This is really who we are.
Yes.
That that drama, all of that stuff happens to a few, but the masses love each other.
Correct.
Right.
I just met you three women. I love you all. This is real right here. This is real. This is how it is. But unfortunately, on Facebook, on Twitter, it's more so, let me scan, let me see what I can, oh, wow, look at that, let me post that, let me post that, unfortunate, but organizations started very, very well, that just needed, so that we can start promoting some of this positive, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing boring about it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and I'm looking forward to seeing. So tell me, trying to pull people in, has that been challenging? Has it been easy? Has it? And I'm talking about both men and women.
I guess I'll speak to that. I will say there is a consideration when it comes to getting the men's attention. Only because you got three women who are calling the men, telling, like, we want you in the space, we want you to be part of the conversation, and because there's no man face leading that conversation or making that call,
right?
I do find that a little bit one of the considerations to bring in that extra loving energy that we are calling upon,
right?
So I don't know if anyone else want to add to, but I do find that is a little one of the considerations. Absolutely, the women, they're coming. Like, the women will come. The women will come.
Right.
If they can bring their partner out, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So, but yes, the women will come, but the men, definitely, that is one of the considerations.
So what do the women find that is so? I mean, I've bought into it already. I wish I could. You call me. I'll be there. But what is it that the women find so appealing? What is it that gets them?
I don't know. I think naturally we're communal, and we want to have community. I think we seek that out. They talk about sister circles and things of that nature. And we understand the desire for support, especially in all that we're doing and all that we're juggling. So I know for myself, with moving away from where I grew up, making connections and meeting people can somewhat be challenging. So it's the opportunity for that to be somewhat curated. So you just come into the space and that understanding is already in place, and we're going to do icebreakers and we're going to get to know each other, and it kind of eases in, and you connect with who resonates with you, and you can kind of see, even from whether it's professional or personal friendships, you can meet various people who can fill those roles. So I think for women, I know personally, I was seeking connection. As I was in a space where I didn't really know other people at the time.
So what's on the menu? What's coming up? I mean, do you guys have any events that are coming up soon that we can push out there?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Tuesday, Talk Tuesday at Bloom Cafe in Edgewood Avenue, New Haven. That will be a curated conversational experience where we are definitely calling on men to be present. It's a co-ed experience. We will be not even featuring, the intent is the conversation to, as we said, talk about the things that matter. And
definitely talking about the things that
matter. But we'll invite some cognac and some, cigars for the men, who doesn't like to talk over a nice cocktail. But it's about that's what's happening on the 12th, this Tuesday, in fact. And then Hafiza might want to talk a little bit about the 12th. The 23rd, we have an event in.
So we do have those two events going on. Just for everyone who's considering coming out, we definitely want you in this space. The Edgewood location is beautiful. This is a Black-owned business, Bloom. It is phenomenal. The vibe, as soon as you walk into the space, is aesthetically pleasing, but they are so welcoming. It is so, the operation of it is just,
superior.
It's amazing.
It's quality. It's quality.
What's the name of it again?
Bloom. BLOOM.
All right, big up to Bloom. All right, let's give him some plugs here. Give him some free plugs. Bloom. All right.
794 Edgewood Avenue, New Haven, July 12th, 7:00.
All right.
It's the indoor-outdoor experience. So we're going to be in the open air. We're going to have a food truck, which is also a Black-owned company. It's going to be Caribbean-style flavors and food. It's going to be amazing. We also have a Black vendor for the cigars that are going to be in the space. So we really were intentional about how we put this together to make sure that, we were circling dollars back in the community, that it was reflective of us and the energy that we were bringing, and that it was a safe space and an open space for us to come and have a conversation. And it really is about community. So the theme this week, and it's going to be a series. So this is going to be the first one. The next one's going to be in August. So we definitely want people to come out to this first experience. But the theme is really about community and really sharing what our fondest memories were in growing up in the communities in which we resided. And regardless of where you were in the world, we all have, shared experiences. And we really want to tap into that to connect. So what was
learn
that?
From them and grow from them, the shape, how do they influence and shape us, these experiences? And what can we do to pull from what was good to recreate to heal the communities that are distressed,
So you guys are going to have like an agenda? I mean, all right, so I get to Bloom, what should I expect? I get to Bloom, I see you three there, I see a couple of other folks there. So give me a little breakdown of what should I expect? What's going to happen?
But you definitely expect a warm welcome.
All right.
Yeah. A warm welcome. Have a seat or stand up. Have a sip of cognac. Smoke a cigar if you like. And talk. Let's talk. Let's engage. Let's come up with solutions. We know what the problems are, but what's the solution?
Right.
And how can we solve our issues collectively?
Beautiful.
That's what to expect. And eat and break bread with each other.
Yes.
I
It's
think this is
definitely a casual community feel. We want everyone in there. We want to hear from everyone. So we're definitely going to create the dialogue where everyone has an opportunity to share. And again, what was your experience? Because there's so much wisdom in our personal experience. And then we find that we have connections, right? We might not have grown up in the same neighborhood, but such and such and such used to live down the street, used to make sure nobody littered coming down the street. Or, she always had her eye out. She knew everything that was going on the block.
Yeah.
Or what have the parades or the festivals or what have you. There were all of these things that really
The block parties.
Parties, staying out after the street lights on the special, holidays or whatever those warm and fuzzy experiences were. We want to tap into that. And then we also want to figure out, well, how can we infuse that? What are some of the things that we individually can do to kind of bring that energy back? And then as a
creative
to restore. We restore, we relax, we connect, and we create. That's what we do, David.
that is beautiful. And you know what's so
And the
funny?
other thing that'll do is break the monotony. It'll break the monotony in the day. Do something different. Step out, submerge yourself in possibly a different crowd and energy.
That's happening right now. And you guys, so I can tell that between the three of you, you've experienced that between the three of you.
Yes.
I mean, like you're.
What have you experienced?
No, because I'm feeling it. I understand that, you've come together and all right, let's meet on so-and-so. And then when y'all met, that magic, because, it only happens in groups. It doesn't happen when you're alone, it doesn't happen, when you're.
That could be another show. We beg to differ with that.
Well, I'm an introvert, so yeah, I was just gonna say, see, Fire, we there, Fire. So I'm an introvert, so I can make my own fun. You know what I mean? Wife leaves, everybody's gone, and they're like, this is good. For the introvert, this is all good.
But you said magic. You didn't say fun. You said magic.
But
take magic alone. Let's make some fun together.
but the introvert also knows. And I know that when I do step out, right, it is so beneficial. It's stepping out that's kind of hard for me. But when I do step out, it is so, again, magical. It's beneficial. It's lasting. It's rewarding. Every partnership that I've gotten was some sort of, event that I didn't want to go to, that I had to fight myself to say, let me go out. All right, come on, go out. Get your shirt on. Come on, slap some cologne on. Come on, go out. Not too much. Slap some cologne on. Not too much. Going out there. And the next thing you know, bam, you have this. You meet this. You're shaking hands. You're breaking bread. You're breaking bread.
And we want to elevate the vibration, right? We want to change the vibration, the frequency that we're seeing constantly.
Right.
And so that's what the elements are pretty much looking to do. We are changing the vibration, right? We're going to change the vibration through conversation and connect and build. It's literally where we start.
We're
Absolutely.
We're changing the narrative. New Haven's a sucky city. Life is no crystal stair. We creating diamonds.
Yeah.
And we want to change the narrative where it's, sort of woman, like the sort of movement of, women power, women. But we want this to be clear that we can't do the work without our men, right? We do the work together, right? And so we want the elements, we are clear as far as like, that is our message, right? We want to do the work together. Right. So,
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, and that's how it actually should be. That's how it should be, because together we can just conquer so many things, get so much done. So, how can folks support you? Where can they go? What can they? I'm pretty sure you got some social media presence, YouTube. How can they support you in this effort to keep it going?
Right.
Definitely check out our site. theelements.now.site.
Okay.
For information about our upcoming events, for sponsorship, to connect with our social media platforms, follow, comment, subscribe to the mailing list so that we can stay in communication. And if you're not able to attend, or if you're listening to this and you're not in the areas in which we have gatherings, definitely feel free to donate, because this is going to support us in creating these experiences and expanding it out to the greater community.
Right.
So that's our intention. That's our growth. That's what we want to see happen. And that's how you can support, stay connected, because that's what this is about, connection.
Okay, so for those who want to donate, they can just basically go to the site, and you guys have that all set up and made it easy for them, right? Make it easy to get that money, right?
Yes, we do.
You got to make it easy,
Yes, we do.
Can't be pushing too many buttons, Oh, what? Forget it. You got to make it easy. So, but I'm sure that it's easy. And hey, Shayla, I want to give you guys some masks. I have black masks for the theme. Might as well give you the black ones. I got some. I got some KN95 masks that I'll donate to you guys. I definitely give it to you. Come by, give you 100 or whatever, or 200, whatever you need. We got plenty. And also, Fixing Father is going to donate some cash. We'll get some cash. Hey, we don't play. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Yes. Now I said it on the air, so I got to do it. So where's that money? Did that money come in? I said, Shayla, did that money come in? He said he was going to do it. Did it come? So we want to stick by. We want to support our beautiful sisters. This is beautiful. Only reason why I'm saying all this is because I feel it. I feel the fire. I feel the earth. I feel the wind. I feel it. So I wouldn't say it if I didn't feel it. I just think that what you're doing is beautiful, and I want to make sure that I get on the ground floor, support it, or the middle floor, wherever it's at. I want to get in there and say I did. I want to be able to brag and say, yeah, I did.
Yes. But look, you're going to see us doing from city to city, state to state.
T-shirts, all that.
The vision is to literally, right. We want to create communities around the world, and like breaking bread, right? So, can I share, ladies? But like, we want to do a breaking bread in the park. So that is something that we're going to do as a future communal event, where we are coming, bring your families together, bring your food together, bring your libation if you want to. Non-alcoholic, but just in the park where we pretty much get to break bread together. And what does that look like? What does that feel like? It's a feel-good situation. The kids get to play. It's safe. The adults get to have wonderful, great conversation, meaningful conversations, and we get to build and grow. So that's, yes.
All right. Well, I'm
coming in August to a park near you.
Hey, I want you guys to contact me, because this is really all about, this is real for me. I'm thinking about this, and I'm just saying this is all about, one, keeping our kids safe, right? They're amongst loved ones, and they're keeping our kids safe, keeping them off the street, keeping them engaged, doing things. And I would surely support this. I got some grant money, and I would surely help you and support this, because I love seeing that type of stuff. I mean, there's nothing like from a distance looking at all of this beautiful blackness, all of these beautiful colors, and it don't have to only be black, but I'm just saying, all of this all of these beautiful families just coming to eat. I get it. I got the picture, y'all. Y'all did a great job painting the picture. Y'all sold me. So if you continue to do that, I just think that folks are gonna really gravitate towards this and get it. That's the thing. Getting people to get it.
Girls, somebody come grab my plate for me and just bring it in, because the buzz. I gotta find my Wi-Fi's going in and out.
You're off mute, fire.
See, Yaya's in the real. She's in the world right now.
Listen, that was fire. That's fire.
I'm not gonna edit that out. I'm not gonna edit that out.
Uncut, unfiltered.
That's right. It's all good.
I'm turning off the camera and forgot to turn off the video.
It's okay. Yeah, I ain't editing that out. You know, that's beautiful. That's you.
It is. It really is. And we're very authentic, right? Like when I tell you, I don't think we even describe how we got named the elements, right? But pretty much each element matches our personality, like to the core.
Right.
Yeah. So and it kind of interchanges, right?
Yeah.
Be a little fire, a little wind, but yes.
Bam! Fire's back. Fire, where you at now, Fire?
Because I think I'm too far away from the motor.
I get it. You good.
Either that or my electricity is, shutting things down.
Well, you good. You're good. So I want to give each of you the final word. I'm going to give each of you the final word and, tell the world about the elements,
I'll start.
Go for it.
Definitely the element, we are a sisterhood. We are a connector and a builder, more than mamas. We want our men to be part of this collective work. And we love breaking bread. We love community. We love the essence of the love, right? And we always talk about hugs. But we want to, definitely talk about over just healthy eating and healthy options and what that look like, and just being able to experience all of that and start the healing work, right? Start the healing work in our communities, right? So
beautiful.
Yeah. And I think that's an amazing segue, because that's really what the foundation of it is. Again, wellness and healing as a collective, because we want to move forward in a different space. And we all are bombarded with just the day-to-day traumas that we experience, whether it's from media, whether it's, in our own households or our familial history. There's so many things that we have to unpack so that we can have healthy relationships and interactions and move forward from a healing space, because this is a constant. There's no finish line to this. This is ongoing work, but we want to begin and we want to support each other in doing it. And that's the vein in which, in the essence of what it is that we're doing. And you came into the space, so you can kind of feel, we're not even in person, and you feel the energy that is coming from just this collective. And that's what we want to bring to the masses. And I think this is reflective of who we truly are as a people. And we definitely want to impact that narrative and change that visual, because that impacts how we see ourselves, how the world sees us. So there's definitely a bigger purpose and a plan for us, and we want everyone to be a part of this. So beautiful. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, Wynn. And then we're gonna go down to Fire here. What's up, Fire? Come on, give me something now.
Right, I'm going to give you the fact that the elements is symbolic of the divinity and sisterhood, but our work represents the need for communal, collaborative effort in rebuilding our communities, healing from trauma, and getting through it, collectively. And I wanted to piggyback off a point that Wynn made about the space of, I think it was to your question about how do we get people to buy in, or, how do we attract people?
Right.
I don't think we actually try, because we know that people are going to do what it is they're ready to do when they're ready to do it. So we're not convincing, we're not attempting to convert anybody to anything. We just are examples. We're real. We're living our life, and we want to make sure that people understand the different narrative, the different story. We see the reality shows with the Real Housewives and this and that. We're not that. We're different. Right. So there's a different dynamic, a different reality, a different energy, a different vibration and frequency that's happening amongst people. And we want to bring those people together so that we can just do the work that needs to be done for our families and our communities.
Yes.
And it's not exclusionary. So while we go into the space as women, as Wynn pointed out, there's work that women have to do that's isolated from others. We have to do that work alone. We have to do that work in groups. We have to do that work outside of men. We have to do that work outside of our children. But it's so that we can power, so we can fire, so we can provide the energy and the current that our community needs. So that there is a dynamic, but that feminine energy is what is you educate a woman, you educate a nation.
Yeah.
Okay, you teach a man to fish, you feed the nation.
Right.
So that's what this is about. And I'm getting passionate.
happen.
It's
I love it.
it's real. It's real. And I
but I
think, you know, going back to what you said, I mean, we can talk all day on this.
Yeah.
You don't have to sell it.
Right. Right. And there's no
This-
closure. And that's
Yeah.
I don't know how to close it because
You
there's
know,
no closure. It just
Yeah,
is. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
everyone
I
check out
I feel
and
that you don't have to sell it. Yeah.
Come and be. Yes, we made it easy. We want your money. We need your money because that's currency too. It's energy. We can't
Right.
do what we do without it. We have
Right.
to, you know, we can't operate without it. That's just real.
Right.
But we want you in the space. And if you send your money, send somebody in place of that money.
Right.
We ain't about
Right.
the money. We're not
Right.
materialistic. We
Right.
just understand the currency and the energy that it is and what it does for us.
Mhm.
But we're about the people behind the money, who make the
Right.
money, who earn the money. The government gonna get you or us. You better come with us.
Yeah, but you know, but the thing is that you're there. You're there.
Yeah.
You know, you're there. You know, with the money, without it, you're there. You're gonna be there. At least that's what I feel.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we're excited. These two events, like it's things are happening and they're happening. They're happening. We got this happening. We're like, whoa.
Well, you know, and this, that, you know, and what's so beautiful about it all is that this just comes from, I don't know where you thought about all of this, if it was someone's living room or whatever, but it's just, you know, the three of you coming
Shayla's
together.
kitchen.
Yeah, yeah, and just
Shayla's
the
kitchen.
thought, you know, and then the reality comes. I'm listening to you guys talk about, are we going to, what is it, Blooms?
Yeah. Bloom. Yeah.
You're going to Blooms, you know, you know, that wasn't happening months ago, you know, but now it's real, you know, now it's real, you know.
I have to tell the story then. I have to
All
tell
right.
the story real quick how that happened.
Go
Because
ahead.
this is how it happens, everybody. It should just be and do so you can have what it is that you want. So Shayla and I went to Bloom to visit.
Right.
Wendy and I had been there. Earth hadn't been yet. She had a meeting canceled. She said, I still want to go to Bloom. We went to Bloom for a cup of tea. We walk in again. We share how inviting she is. The owner is just, you know, door wide open. Here you go. Welcome. Here's my establishment. Pardon the empty space because that means the vendors are sold out. We need new vendors. She said, and especially male vendors. She said, I want some male vendors in here. So there was empty spaces in the store where vendors had sold out or completed, you know, their term or whatever, however her arrangement goes. And she needed to fill those spaces. And she emphasized wanting men in those spaces. Wow. And I happened to say, that's right. Where the men at? And she was like, you know, we need to talk about that. And I said, well, let's talk about it. And she happened to have on her program Talk Tuesdays, Mindful Mondays, and I think Wellness Wednesdays is what she
Correct.
does. Mm-hmm. And we said, well, let's do it. Let's have a conversation. Let's do Talk Tuesday. And she was ready to do it the first week. And we said, well, wait a minute. Right. It was only a week away.
Yeah.
We started this first one 2 weeks from that conversation and planning to do another in August and another in September.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, Tuesday, the 12th, our first Talk Tuesday at Bloom. The topic is, you know, your fondest memories and recollections of your community for the sake of figuring out how to restore that energy into our communities.
Right.
And then, you know, we don't know what the next one is. We'll figure it out. We might take a vote.
There
We'll
you
buy
go.
on it.
There
You know,
you go.
we'll see. We'll see what the
People want.
wind and the fire and the smoke and the bourbon and the cognac does.
So what time is it on Tuesday again?
7 to 9.
7 to 9.
7 to 9.
Yes.
7 to 9. Okay, 7 to 9. All right. Well, listen, sold me. You know, you're gonna sold me. Let me see. Tuesday, I will be. I think I'm on the board of. I'm on the board of ed. I'm on the board of ed of Hamden, so I actually have a board meeting on Tuesday, but I'll be there in spirit, and my masks will be there, and my donation will be there, and you guys carry it and do what you do. I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Please do keep in touch. Especially for the August thing, and we can talk about sponsoring and all that type of stuff, because I just believe in this, and this is beautiful. Please get me some pictures. I know I don't need to tell you guys. I don't need to tell you all this, but get me some pictures. I know y'all gonna be posting and doing that. Yeah, what's up with the social media piece? How are y'all doing that? What are y'all doing?
Oh,
For this event here, what are y'all doing with the social media? Blah blah blah.
At the Elements of Abundance events, Instagram, the Elements of Abundance 9 on Facebook.
Okay.
Is that right? No.
Switch it around.
And that's it.
That's Instagram. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you
So
go
this-
to if you go to the Elements website, the elements.now.site, it'll have all the links.
All
So
of
you
that
don't
there.
have to try to figure it out. You can just click on the Facebook little icon or click on the Instagram icon and get there. But
Okay.
we do have ads. We're
And I
posting
put that in the chat,
videos.
David.
Okay,
I
so
put our
I'll hold on.
chat.
I'll hold on to it, and I'll put it in the description and the notes on the when I edit all of this and get it down.
Yeah.
So thank you,
Great.
thank you so much. I'm looking forward to doing this again. Love to have you back on the show, especially maybe after say, well, hey, how did it go? How did it go?
Yeah.
What you did right, what you did wrong. We learn
That's right.
and we learn.
Love it. See that?
Yeah,
A self-evaluation. We all about that too. David, this was
We
really
want-
magical.
And that's the
Thank
thing,
you.
we want feedback, right? We want feedback. We want the people to respond. We want the feedback. We want to hear it. Absolutely.
Yeah. How to make it bigger and better. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I see big things. I see I see I see it in state to state and all of that. So please take it there. Dream. And it will happen. So like I said, this is the David Lee Show. We want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank my guests. I want to thank Earth, Wind, and Fire. I feel like playing a song now. I might just end on this. I don't know. We'll see. But I want to thank you. I want to thank the three of you really for stopping by and just sharing your love and your passion. And this just should inspire others to just do and think, come together. And this is a perfect example, and I just love to see it, of just folks coming together. Mm-hmm. And just like when you was talking about you was at Bloom, and you're talking to someone. Next thing you know, you're in the facility doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? And folks, I don't think realize how this stuff happens. It happens through partnerships. It just happens through partnerships. It happens through everything that I have gotten good happens through partnerships. And I for a long time didn't really subscribe to that. Going solo. I could do it myself. You don't want to help me? I'll do it myself. I'll do it myself. But when you get a taste of the partnerships, you get a taste of Mary, can you help me out with something? Oh yeah, I can help you out. Matter of fact, I know Sam. Well, who's Sam? And then and next thing you know, you have Earth, Wind, Fire doing things, making it happen. So with that, I thank you so much, and looking forward to having you all back on the show. And I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you again, David.
Yes.
We appreciate
Fun
it.
and
No
magical,
problem.
David.
Yeah.